What the most transformative teachings of Jesus were deliberately erased from history? Not lost to time, but suppressed. There's a reason you've never heard sermons on the Gospel of Thomas's secret saying 70. If you bring forth what is within you, what you bring forth will save you. Or why the Dead Sea Scrolls describe a Messiah who reveals mysteries too bright for this world. This isn't conspiracy, it's context. The early church fathers voted on which scriptures made the official Bible at the Council of Nicaea in 325 AD, and what was left out might shock you. Take the Didache, a first-century manual of Jesus' teachings banned for centuries because it revealed baptism could be done through living water, rivers, or tears of repentance. No priest required. Then there's the Gospel of Mary Magdalene, where Jesus whispers, "The Son of Man is within you." A truth so radical, early Christians burned copies. Why does this matter to you? Because buried in these forbidden texts are answers to questions that keep you awake at night. Why do you feel the divine closer in solitude than in sermons? Why do your deepest prayers sound nothing like church recitals? The Greek word for church, ecclesia, literally means the called out ones, not a building, but a people set apart. Yet somewhere we traded wildfire faith for ritual. But what if I told you Jesus left clues like breadcrumbs in the Gospel of John, hinting at truths too explosive for institutional control? You will know the truth, and the truth will set you free. John 8 verse 32 wasn't about theology, it was about awakening. Stay with me, because we're about to reconstruct the lost curriculum of Christ, the teachings that could rewrite your spiritual DNA. Let's talk about the Nazareth Manifesto, Jesus' first sermon, Luke 4 verses 18 to 19, where he quotes Isaiah, "The Spirit of the Lord is upon me to proclaim liberty to the captives." The Greek word for liberty here is aphesis, meaning total release from debt. Not just spiritual debt, but economic, social, even cosmic. This was Jesus declaring Jubilee, the ancient Hebrew practice of erasing all debts every 50 years. Why do modern churches teach this? Because it dismantles its systems of control. The Gospel of Philip, another suppressed text, says, "Truth didn't come into the world naked. It came in symbols." Jesus intentionally spoke in parables, not to confuse, but to force you to seek. Consider the mustard seed principle. He said the kingdom starts small. Mark 4 verses 30 to 32, yet we've been conditioned to wait for cataclysmic revival. But the Aramaic word for mustard, cardal, also means to pierce darkness, implying your smallest act of faith cracks cosmic strongholds. This changes everything. Why? Because institutional religion often amplifies your inadequacy. You're not holy enough. While Jesus' lost teachings emphasize your latent divinity. Is it not written in your law, "You are God's"? John 10 verse 34. The early Gnostics called this the Christ within doctrine, and they were excommunicated for it. Yet Paul hints at it too. Christ in you, the hope of glory, Colossians 1 verse 27. Here's the secret. The lost teachings weren't destroyed, they were dispersed. Like the Oxyrhynchus Papyri, 500,000 fragments found in an Egyptian garbage dump containing sayings of Jesus unknown to the canon. One reads, "The kingdom is inside you and outside you, not in a distant heaven, but here in the sacred ordinary." Your morning coffee, the stranger smile, the ache for justice. This is why authorities fear these texts. They democratize divinity. Now, the most controversial piece, Jesus' hidden calendar. The Essenes, a sect Jesus likely trained with, used a 364-day solar calendar, not the lunar one controlling temple rituals. Why? Because lunar phases shift, but the sun is constant. Symbolically, Jesus was divorcing faith from human manipulation of sacred timings. This explains his cryptic line, "The Sabbath was made for man, not man for the Sabbath." Mark 2 verse 27. He wasn't canceling law, he was upgrading it. The Epistle of Barnabas, banned in the 4th century, claims Jesus taught, "The true temple is your heart." No wonder the Sanhedrin panicked. But here's where it gets personal. The Aramaic word for heart, leb, also means the seat of divine intelligence. Your questions about faith, your doubts, they're not rebellion. They're the Levitt work. This is the lost thread. Jesus didn't come to start a religion. He came to reactivate humanity. The Gospel of Thomas, saying, "Free, the kingdom is inside you. Split wood, lift a stone, and you'll find me." Not in rituals, but in raw, unfiltered living. So why does this feel dangerous? Because systems thrive on your dependence. But Jesus' most suppressed teaching, "You will do greater works than these." John 14, verse 12. Greater. Not after death, now. The early church called this theosis, becoming partakers of the divine nature. 2 Peter 1, verse 4. This is the invitation buried under 2,000 years of dogma. You weren't meant to just follow Christ, but to embody him. Thank you for walking this forbidden path with me. Now tell me in the comments, which of these lost teachings resonates most with your spirit?